As for the next point, point number 100, then Imam al-Barbahari rahimahullah, he said, وَأَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ إِنَّمَا جَاءَ هَلَاكُ الْجَهْمِيَّةِ أَنَّهُمْ فكروا في الرب عز وجل فأدخلوا لما وكيف وتركوا الأثر ووضعوا القياس وقاسوا الدين على رأيهم فجاءوا بالكفر إيانا لا يخفى فكفروا وكفروا الخلق واضطرهم الأمر إلى أن قالوا بالتعطيل. He said, and know that the ruin of the Jahmiyyah was that they pondered about the Lord, the Mighty and Majestic, and they introduced why and how, and they abandoned the narrations, and they applied analogy. They weighed the religion according to their own opinions. So they came with disbelief openly. It was not hidden. They disbelieved, and they declared the rest of the people to be disbelievers. And the affair led them necessarily to stating ta'til, negation, outright negation. Shaykh Fawzan, hafidhahullah, he said, he's saying, وَأَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ إِنَّمَا جَاءَ هَلَاكُ الْجَهْمِيَّةِ أَنَّهُمْ فَكَّرُوا فِي الرَّبِّ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ, and know that the ruin of the Jahmiyyah came about because they pondered about the Lord, the Mighty and Majestic. Shaykh Fawzan said, the reason which caused the Jahmiyyah to become misguided to this extent of misguidance, this great extent of misguidance, is that they entered into the affair of the Lord. They began searching into it. So it is not permissible for the Muslim to search into the matter of the Lord. Rather, what is upon him is to have Iman in him and in his name and in his attributes, and not to enter into the kayfiyah, into how. Allah the Majestic and Most High, no one knows about His Dhat, no one knows about Himself and about how His names and attributes are except for Him, He the Perfect. He the Most High said, يَعْلَمُ مَا بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمَا خَلْفَهُمْ وَلَا يُحِيطُونَ بِهِ عِلْمًا. Surah Taha, the 20th Surah, ayah 110, with the explanation. Allah knows whatever is before them and whatever is behind them, and they do not encompass Him with knowledge. Shaykh Fawzan said, so no one can encompass Allah, the Mighty and Majestic. He is the one who knows best about Himself and about other than Himself. So therefore we do not speak about the affair of Allah except for that about which there is a proof from the book, from the Quran and the Sunnah, and we withhold from whatever does not occur, whatever is not reported. The Jahmiyyah denied the Quran and the Sunnah, and they entered with their intellects into the affair of Allah the Perfect and Most High, to the extent that they said that He, referring to Allah the Most High, this is what Jahmiyyah said, to the extent they entered with their intellect and said about Him that He is not within the universe, nor is He outside the universe. He is not above, nor is He beneath. He is not to the right, nor is He to the left. Shaykh Fawzan said, therefore He would not exist. And upon their definition of their Lord, He would not exist. Not inside the universe, not outside the universe. Not above, not below. Not to the right, not to the left. So the Shaykh said, so therefore he would not exist then. Highly exalted is Allah above what they say. They said, He does not have hearing, He doesn't hear, and He doesn't see, and He doesn't have knowledge, and He doesn't have will. The Shaykh said, therefore He would be an inanimate or non-living thing, because an inanimate object is that which is described with these characteristics. So he would in that case be like the idols. Highly exalted is Allah above that. I mean, these definitions of the Jahmiyyah that they give for their Lord. The first one that they give is a description of that which doesn't exist. And the second is a description of that which is like the idols. That which having no attributes, doesn't hear, doesn't see, doesn't have any knowledge, doesn't have any will. They're likening their Lord to the idols then. Shaykh Fawzan said, his saying, وَقَاسُوا الدِّينَ عَلَى رَأْيِهِمْ, they weighed the religion, or they imagined and made analogy with regard to religion based upon their own opinion. Shaykh Fawzan said they followed false analogy. They drew analogy between Allah and His creation, and therefore they denied His name and His attributes, because in their view they necessitated resemblance. What the Shaykh is alluding to here is, the saying of the Jahmiyyah of the early times and later times, that they refuse to affirm Allah's attributes because they say the creation have these attributes. We see certain attributes affirmed for Allah the Most High in the Book and Sunnah, but we see the creation having those attributes. So therefore they deny the attributes. They refuse to affirm these attributes for the Creator. They said because creation have them. If we affirm them for Creator as well, it means we brought about resemblance between the creation and creation. So the solution that they had, that we deny the attributes for the Creator. We negate. So the Shaykh said, they followed false analogy. They drew analogy between Allah and His creation, and therefore they denied His names and His attributes, because in their view these attributes, they necessitated resemblance, and they did not know that the names of Allah and His attributes are particular to Him, He the Perfect, and that the names of the created beings and the attributes of the created beings are specific to them, and there is no resemblance between this and that. The Shaykh said, so just as Allah has a self which does not resemble the selves of the creation, then likewise He has names and attributes which do not resemble the names and attributes which the created beings have. Whoever takes hold of this will be at ease, and he will proceed upon the correct way. Then he said, he's saying, فَجَاءُوا بِالْكُفْرِ إِيَانًا لَا يَخْفَى. So they came with disbelief openly. It was not hidden. Shaykh Fawzan said, they disbelieved in Allah on account of these ugly sayings concerning Allah, the Majestic and Most High. What their sayings resulted in, what these sayings led them to, was negation and denial of the Creator, disbelief in the Creator. He said, his saying, فَكَفَرُوا وَكَفَّرُوا الْخَلْقِ. So they disbelieved, and they declared the rest of the creation to be disbelievers. Shaykh Fawzan said, they declared as disbelievers those people who describe Allah with His names and His attributes, because they say they are mushabbiha. They are ones who claim that Allah resembles His creation, and tashbih declaring that the Creator resembles the creation is disbelief, kufr. The Shaykh said, so we say, no, this is not tashbih, this is not resemblance. In the fact that we affirm for Allah the Most High, whatever attributes He has affirmed for Himself, or whatever attributes His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has affirmed for Him, this doesn't mean we've made the Creator resemble the creation. The Shaykh said, no, this is not resemblance. Allah the Majestic and Most High, He the Perfect, has said, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. Surah Shura, the 42nd Surah, Ayah 11, with the explanation. There is nothing like Him. There is nothing like Allah. And He is the all-hearing, the all-seeing. Shaykh Fawzan said, so He negated from Himself tashbih, resemblance. And yet He affirmed for Himself hearing and seeing. Even though hearing and seeing are present amongst the created beings. So this shows that this does not resemble that. In other words, the fact that we affirm attributes for Allah doesn't mean we've made a resemblance between Him and the creation. Not at all. And the Shaykh said, he's saying, وَاضْطَرَّهُمْ الْأَمْرُ إِلَىٰ أَنْ قَالُوا بِالتَّعْطِيلِ. And the affair necessarily led them to stating negation, total negation. Shaykh Fawzan said, at-ta'til is to deny the Creator, the Perfect and Most High, because this leads to negation. In what we heard before, they're negating all the attributes of Allah the Most High. Every attribute they deny it, His name, denial of His name, they denial of His attributes. That necessarily leads to what it led them to deny the Creator Himself, to negate His existence. So the Shaykh said, because one who does not hear, and he does not see, and he does not speak, and has no will, and has no wish, and also is not inside the universe, nor is he outside the universe, and is not above, and is not below. Therefore, there would be no God who is worshipped in existence at all. So the affair ended up for them with apostasy and total negation. And if you, side point there, if you read the story of Jahmiyyah ibn Safwan, that's exactly what happened to him. They say he debated with some people with regard to his Lord, and he ended up even doubting that they had a Lord. So he even abandoned the prayer for a period of 40 days or something. He even abandoned praying. It confused him so much with regard to his Creator. Who are you going to pray to then? So the Shaykh said, the affair of Jahm and the Jahmiyyah, that's what it leads to. It leads to this, to ta'til, negation of the Creator altogether, denial of the Creator.